Hey guys, you're welcome back to another amazing tutorial. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft, cut and sew this simple lab coat. It is very easy, detailed and beginner friendly. So if you're interested, please watch this video till the end. So yeah, I'm gonna head to fold my fabric and I'll be cutting both the front and the back at the same time. So the upper piece here is for the back, while the one underneath it is going to be for the front. So when folding your fabric, you're going to make sure that the front is more than the back by 2.5 inch. This 2.5 inch is going to be for the button allowance. And also when folding your fabric, you're going to be folding using the biggest part of your body, which is the hip, divided by 4 plus ease and your sewing allowance. So in my case, I'm working with hip 40 divided by 4. I added 1.5 inch sewing allowance and 1.5 inch for the ease. So the ease depends on how wide and how free you want the lab coat to be. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to start inserting the measurement. And when inserting my measurement, I'm going to be starting from the back piece, which is on the front piece. So all measurements will start from this point, and this top line here is going to be serving as my shoulder line. So the first thing I'll go ahead to do is to draw a straight horizontal line at the top like this, which is going to be serving as the shoulder line. So next I'm going to go ahead to insert the shoulder measurement. So remember I said all measurements will start from this back panel I have here, not from your button allowance. So I'll go ahead to insert my shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus 1 inch, and I'll go ahead to mark that. After marking that, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll go ahead to insert my armhole depth line. So the armhole depth line I'm working with is 8 inch. I'm going to be adding 1 inch extra to the 8 inch because a lab coat is always free, is not fitted. So from this shoulder slope point I just marked, I'll go ahead to measure 9 inch for the armhole depth and mark. After which I'll draw the armhole line like you see me doing in the video. Sorry, it is not really clear because I'm working with a white fabric and I'm using a blue chalk to draw on it, but I hope you're understanding what you're seeing me do in the video. So the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to insert my body circumference measurement. So this depends on how you want the body to be, whether you want it to have the body curves or you want it to be straight. So if you want it to be straight, all you need to do is to insert your hip measurement divided by 4 plus your ease and your swing allowance all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead to illustrate that first, and I'll go ahead to illustrate the other one. So at this point now, I'll go ahead to insert my hip measurement divided by 4 plus my swing allowance and ease. I'll mark that and I'll just take that measurement all the way down, after which I'll connect the point together with a straight line. So this is what the side is going to look like if you want it to be straight. If you want it to be fitted, all you need to do is to insert my bust measurement divided by 4 plus ease and my swing allowance, and I'll mark that. After marking that, next I'm going to go ahead to do is to insert my shoulder to waist measurement. I'll just go ahead to locate that point. Then on that point, I'll insert the waist measurement divided by 4 plus ease and also the sewing allowance. Remember the ease is as desired and also your sewing allowance is as desired. In my case, I'm working with 1.5 inch for both. Once you're done doing that, the next thing to do is to locate the hip point. Then you go ahead to insert your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch allowance and 1.5 inch for ease. So whatever you have on your hip depth line, you're going to go ahead to repeat that on the hemline, after which you connect the point together like you see me doing in the video. So after connecting, this is what you're going to be having. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to draw the armhole for the lab coat I'm making. So for the lab coat, the front and the back armhole is going to be the same, so there will be no front armhole or back armhole. So after drawing the armhole, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to draw the neckline for the lab coat we are making. So before you go ahead to draw the neckline, the first thing you're going to go ahead to do is to fold in this button allowance like this. You're going to go ahead to fold it, making sure that the front and the back is the same. So I'll fold it like this and I'll keep it in place with my pin. So after pinning it down, the next I'm going to go ahead to now is to insert the neck width. The neck width I'm going to be working with is going to be 3 inch for both the front and the back, while the neck depth is going to be 1.5 inch for the back and 4 inch for the front. After marking it, I'll go ahead to draw a simple round neckline like you see me doing in the video. After which I'll go ahead to draw the shoulder slope also. So next, I'm going to go ahead to cut it out. So I'll cut out the back neckline first, as you can see me doing in the video. After cutting out the back neckline, I'm going to go ahead to separate the back from the front. Then I'll cut the front neckline also. So after cutting the neckline, this is what you're going to be having once you open it up. This is what you should have. So do not cut this part you see me cutting off. I made a mistake cutting it out. Do not cut yours. After cutting out the neckline, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is cut the shoulder slope and also the main body of the lab coat. So after cutting, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to start stitching the piece together. So make sure you notch where your button allowance is going to be starting from. So I'll go ahead to start with the front block of the lap coat. The first thing you're going to go ahead to do now is to fold your button allowance over like this. So you're going to fold it to the wrong side and you repeat the same thing on the other side. You fold it along the part that is notched. All you need to do is to locate where the button allowance start from and fold it over like this and stitch on the neckline and repeat the same thing on the other side. So after sewing the button allowance, this is what you're going to be having. You're going to go ahead to turn it over to the good face to hide the rough seam. So before you go ahead to turn it over to the good face, what you should do is to not wear the button allowance top, because where the button allowance top, that is where the collar is also going to be stopping. So make sure you notch it before you turn it over to the good face. So this is what you should have. I also repeated the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead to just give it a good press, then I'll come back to show you what to do next. So after ironing it, this is what you're going to be having. This is what your button allowance is going to look like. The next thing I went ahead to do was to cut out the piece of fabric that I'll be using for the pocket. This is optional, but if you want a pocket on your lab coat, you go ahead to cut out a piece of fabric. So the length of the piece of fabric I cut out was 12 inch, while the width was 8 inch. After cutting out 12 inch by 8 inch, the next thing I went ahead to do was to fold in 2.5 inch. So I went ahead to fold in 0.5 inch first, then I folded 2 inch. So after folding, this is what you're going to be having. So I'm going to be running a stitch to keep that in place, or you can use your hemming gum to keep that in place. After doing that, next you're going to go ahead to do is to fold in 0.5 inch all the way around and give it a good press. So I'm going ahead to iron it, and this is what I have. So I'm going to be placing the pocket on this side of the lab coat a little bit below the waistline or on the waistline. So I'm going to be placing the pockets on both sides like this, after which I'll go over to my sewing machine to stitch it all the way around. And I also went ahead to cut out this smaller piece I'll be attaching to this upper part. So the width of the fabric I cut out was 3 inch. After cutting it out, I went ahead to fold in 0.5 inch all the way around. So I'll be placing this on this part of the lab coat. So I'm going to go over to stitch the pocket down, then I'll come back to show you what to do next. So after I was done fixing the pocket to the lab coat, this is what it looks like once I was done. This is what you should have once you're done fixing the pocket to the lab coat. So to make it easier for you, you can simply go ahead to keep it in place with your hemming gun, because it's not easy working with this fabric. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to join the front and the back together on the shoulder. So I'm going to go ahead to place the back on the front like this, making sure that the good face of the back is facing the good face of the front. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine to join the shoulders together. I'll be joining just the shoulders of the front and the back together. So after joining the shoulder of the front and the back together, this is what you're going to be having. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to attach the sleeve to it. So I'm going ahead to cut out this basic long sleeve you see here. So it's just a basic sleeve. Before cutting out your sleeve, make sure you measure what you have on the armhole of your lab coat. Then whatever you have there is what you're going to be using to cut out your sleeve, so you don't have issues. Next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to knot the center of the sleeve like this. Then I'll go ahead to place the notch part of the sleeve on the shoulder area of the lab coat. So make sure that the notch part of your sleeve is on the shoulder area of the lap. So I'm going to go ahead to place it like this. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine to stitch it all the way down to the front, and I also repeat the same thing for the other side of the sleeve. Once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead to close up this part of the sleeve like this down to the main bodies of the lap coat. Once I'm done with this part, I'll repeat the same thing on the other side, after which I'll go ahead to hem this part of the lap coat. So after fixing the sleeve and closing up the bodies of the lab coat, this is what I had. Once I was done doing that, I also went ahead to give it a good press, and this is what the lab coat looks like. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to move over to cutting of the collar of the lab coat. So to do that, you're going to go ahead to take the round neck measurement, but you'll be starting from this part where this seam stop. That is where we notched earlier. So you're going to go ahead to take the measurement from that part all the way down to the other side like you see me doing in the video. So after I was done taking the measurement, what I got was 16 inch. I'm going to be using this 16 inch to cut out the collar for the lab coat. For the collar, I'm going to be using this piece of fabric to cut out the collar. The first thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to fold the collar into two like you see me doing in the video. So make sure when folding, you fold making sure that you have the exact height of the collar you want to make. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead to fold it over again like this. So when folding it the second time, make sure what you have here is your neck measurement divided by 2 plus at least 2 inch. After folding it, I'm going to go ahead to keep it in place with my pins like this. So after pinning, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to mark the height of the collar. So the height of the collar I want to make is 2 inch, then I'll be adding 0.5 inch for sewing allowance. So I'm going to go ahead to mark 2.5 inch like you see me doing in the video, after which I'll connect the point together with a straight line. After connecting, the next I'll go ahead to do now is to insert the measurement I took on the neck of the collar. So I'm going to go ahead to divide that measurement by 2 and add 0.5 inch allowance to it. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead to mark it like this. After marking it on this upper part, the next I'm going to go ahead to do is to draw a slant line with my ruler like this. After which I'll go ahead to cut it out. After cutting, this is what you're going to be having. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to go over to my sewing machine and close up this side of the collar. I'm going to be stitching this part using 0.5 inch, and I'll repeat the same thing on this other side, after which I'll turn it over to the good face and give it a good press. After ironing, this is what the collar is going to look like. So this is what it should have. This part of the collar is still opened. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to attach the collar to the neckline of the lab coat. And in doing that, I'm going to be starting with the wrong part. So I'm going to go ahead to place the collar on the wrong side from where this seam stop. That is where I notched. So I'll place the beginning of the collar on it like this, and I'll go ahead to stitch. Note that I'm stitching just one part of the collar to the neckline. So I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch it, then I'll come back to show you what to do next. After stitching one part of the collar to the lab coat, this is what you're going to be having. So this is what the inner part should look like. The next thing you're going to go ahead to do now is to finish up the collar. And to do that, you're going to go ahead to push in the seam you have on this part. Then you fold in 0.5 inch on this upper part of the collar. After which you're going to go over to your sewing machine and top stitch the upper part of the collar on your lab coat. So I'm going to go ahead to do this, then I'll come back to show you the final look. So after finishing up the collar, this is what the collar is going to look like. So make sure that both the inner part and the outer part of the collar is looking very neat. This is what you should have. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to create my buttonhole on this part of the lab coat, and I'll fix the button on the other side, after which I'll show you what it looks like. So after fixing the button to the lab coat, this is what it looks like. So this is what your lab coat should look like once you're done fixing the collar and also attaching the button to it. And also don't forget to hem the edge of the collar and also weave the inner part of the collar if necessary. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next tutorial.